joining me. I'm excited to have y'all here today. I'm gonna go live for a good time, not a long time. I'm in between clients right now, and I was getting a little bit of work done. So I wanted to come check in with y'all and see how y'all are doing. That is why it is called the check-in today. I wanted to make sure, I said I'm going to be very intentional about going live a bit more frequently to engage and answer questions. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. And if y'all see me looking over, I can't go live on TikTok at the same time as my streaming service. So I have TikTok on my phone, but I'm glad to see y'all here. It is a beautiful, beautiful day today. I just want to check in with you guys. I hope y'all are doing well. It is a beautiful day here in Virginia. I have clients all day, and I had a no-show today, which is very rare. But listen, when it happens, I can't say that I'm not grateful because it gives me a little bit of time to do some other things. I got to water my plants, which I'm excited about because I usually water on Sundays, but I've just been super busy. But how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. Anything exciting going on with y'all? As y'all come in, again, like and share the live. My plan is to try to go live at least once a week, especially when the summer starts, because I'll have a bit more time than just doing my scheduled YouTube drops. That is, and like my general social media content. My plan is to go live a bit more frequently to engage. But again, while we're here, I do have a totally free event I will be facilitating and hosting that I give, or I'm trying to give annually. If you guys are local in the Hampton Roads area, it is completely free. We'll do a talk, and then we'll do like some physical exercise. So it'll be a two-part situation. But I'm really, really excited. Hi. I'm really excited to have this because I started this a few years ago and then COVID happened. And so it just kind of got discontinued then. And at that time, I partnered with One Life to do the event. Again, it's totally free to the public. Of course, we have limited, limited tickets because of the space that we're having it at. And believe it or not, it has been very difficult to find a space to offer a free event to the community. And now when I mean it's free, it is free. Everything that is, I don't have a sponsor or anything like that. Everything is paid for out of my pocket. Because it also means just as much to me as the community gives to me. I am very intentional about giving back to the community. So at least annually, I plan to have this free event where you come and get poured into. Of course, we will meet in person. I'm facilitating the event. And my plan is to have some goodies there when y'all come. I'm hoping to have some goodies there. So I'm in the process of getting all that together. But it is a totally free event, July 18th. If you are in the Hampton Roads area, all you have to do is register because we have limited spacing due to the space that we are having it at. Outside of that, I'll have a live workshop on June 12th, which is a Friday evening, very sultry, very personal. It'll be live, and that is limited seating as well. And the link for that is in my bio, also or on my website, the Mahogany Project, projek.com. That one is paid, but the community event is completely free. So if you cannot attend, please share it with someone that can. It means the world to me to be able to connect with and give back to the community that pours so much into me and my business that matters to me. So I try to be intentional about that, and we will do this annually. Also, for all of those of you who joined me in the last live where we were talking about the retreat and I was trying to decide where we were going to go, we are going to Costa Rica. That is the choice. We are going to Costa Rica in 2027, and it is a fully curated retreat from the start to finish to pour into you. So the only thing we have right now is the wait list because we are solidifying a few more things and are solidifying the venue before we do all the next steps. But if you're interested in the retreat, which will be in Costa Rica in 2027, please go on my website and get on the wait list, and then we'll communicate with you once we start accepting applications, blah, blah, blah. Again, that is only limited to 10 people because of the intimacy of the experience. So I am so excited about the things that we have coming, especially the free community event. When I did it before, that shit was fucking lit. We had an amazing time. So be sure to check that out. Now, I wanted to come and check in with y'all today, see how y'all were doing, answer questions if you guys have some, but simply like I want to be forward. And the world is a very tricky place right now. People are exhausted, people are economically strained, people are financially worn out, tied through, done. People are giving their best, people are exhausting themselves and their resources. And I just wanted to make sure that you had a safe place to come and be poured into. That is quite literally one of the most important intentions in my content and in my space, is that I am pouring into people and they feel like they have a place to be seen, heard, and commune. Because connection is really, really important, especially having someone where you feel seen, you feel heard, your experience may be articulated through what they're saying. That's the idea. That you have a place to be affirmed and be loved on and cared for. That is really, really important to me. That is absolutely a priority to me. So this was just a quick check-in with y'all to see how y'all are doing. If there is any content that you are interested in that I have not posted or you would like more information on, please drop that down in the comments. If there are things that or questions that you have, please drop that down in the comments. I want to make sure that this is about y'all. But I want to be clear that I'm very, very intentional about the content that I post. And I look, listen, and feel for what is going on in the world, whether it's personally, especially professionally, what I see going on social media or in the community. And I try to lean into that to give people what I think that they need at the time. So I definitely want to be fair and like listen to what you guys are saying in your feedback. So let me know if there's any specific topics that you're interested in or questions that you have. I would love to be able to build more content around your interests. Hey there, hey. I would love to be able to build more content around your interests because that is my intention. I definitely am going to be doing more content on. Okay. I am definitely going to be doing more. Oh, hi. I'm so glad you're here. So glad you're here. I'm glad you caught me. Yes, yes, yes. I plan to go live at least once a week, y'all. I can't say that I'm going to schedule it because that's just not where I'm at currently. But I am going to go live, and it typically will be around lunchtime because that's when I have time typically to go live. So my plan is to go live more intentionally. Healing from, okay, that's a great topic. Healing from, take some notes while y'all are sharing. Healing from a narcissistic mother. Okay. Any other topics? That's a great topic. Any other topics you guys are interested in, or topics that I've covered that you would like revisited or expounded upon? Because I am going to do more videos where I'm talking versus just dancing videos. But I'll be honest, y'all, I love to dance. That is just brings me joy. And it makes doing content so much easier because I talk for a living. So I hate hearing myself talk a lot of times. The current economic landscape and how it feels. Absolutely. Okay. All right, I got you. Creating healthy boundaries after being raised by a narcissist parent. Okay. All right. I love these topics. Keep them coming. These topics are wonderful. They are wonderful. So I know y'all can see my shady handwriting, but I'm taking notes so I can keep in mind what y'all want me to cover. I also like tips for checking in with yourself. Got you. Okay. I like that. And I'm going to talk about that actually real quick. Practicing emotional discipline. And what I mean by that is like more about don't make me send you a DM with ideas. Listen, send me a DM with ideas because I'm telling you guys, as much posting every day, I run out of ideas all the time. Sometimes I'm just like waiting for something to fall out of the sky because to me, I don't want to be repetitive, but I've also been given the feedback of like, no, that people want to hear things, especially on specific topics over and over. And I see I'm not a content creator, so I am a therapist, okay? And I have a degree to prove it. That was just a jokey joke. Okay. And a license to prove it. Just a jokey joke. Just a jokey joke. Okay. Not really, not a joke, but you know, I try to be mindful about not being so repetitive. Please do. And if you guys want to send me a DM with some ideas, please do. Please do. We love licensed people over here. And listen, I want to say this really briefly because this whole Dr. Cheyenne Bryant thing is very interesting to me. I think it's very interesting for several reasons, but I also want to say this. As someone who is an educator and someone who went to school and got the degree and paid all the money and spent all the years and time and anguish trying to get it, when we get on here and I say that I am a therapist and I say like I am establishing myself as a professional, as an expert in something, and you build public trust based on that, and that is a given. That is a given. If that was the case, we don't need to come in here on here and say doctor anything or professor anything or Sade the therapist. I could just say I'm Sade. Hey, you know, I don't need to establish myself as an expert. I just don't have to provide my credentials or I don't have to have any. And we know there are many people that come on social media that don't have credentials and they just talking shit. And as a licensed provider, that really irritates my spirit. But people have free will and I love that they use their free will. Because I didn't use my free will when I wasn't licensed or educated or whatever to like go out here and just say shit. I really think it's important when we are giving people information that we are educated and we have not just life experience, but we have theoretical backing to this. And we're not just sitting on here talking shit and people are eating it up. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to say that. I said I was not getting involved in that whole debacle. That's not my lane. I try to stick to pouring into the people. That is where I live and that I love. I'm still taking down your suggestions. How to tell the difference between your anxiety and your. Ooh, that's such a good one. Come on with the fucking ideas. I'm trying. All right, because I cuss a lot and I cuss in session, so that's neither here nor there. How to difference between anxiety and intuition. Damn, that's a good topic. Intuition. Oh, I love that. I love that. Ooh. Yes, yeah, something I always wonder about, especially when I'm being vulnerable. Ooh, yes. That's such a damn good. Ooh. Creating a life that centers around pleasure and joy. Okay. And joy. Ooh, I love that. Okay. So we're going to talk real briefly about emotional discipline. It can be very difficult, you guys, when, especially when you get in a place of being extremely irritable, when you're exhausted, when you've had it up to here with folks, when you feel like folks is playing with you, and or operating in a space of being manipulative, when you, in at least from your perspective, believe that you're being transparent and you're communicating, and people in their own divisiveness are defensive, are intentionally or willfully ignorant, you know, a lot of that can be, it usually sends people into these emotional spirals where they then have these emotional responses that they then are feeling shame, guilt, or embarrassment about, because then the internal challenge is, well, why did I let you take me this far? Why did I give into this? And I know who you are and how you pull up. That is all true. I'm one going to tell you that the best of us fuck up, okay? The best of us have lapses in judgment. The best of us sometimes just give in to the impulse of wanting the relief of like, I keep it real cute a lot of times, but today, on today, and in this particular moment, I'm going to let you do all the things. I'm going to do all the things and I'm going to crash out intentionally. So the other parts of this is, I would say, when you get in those spaces, it is okay to just take a break. You don't have to respond. And the thing that, again, I am actively practicing and I actively encourage people to practice is silence, that we don't feel inclined to respond immediately, because that will get you in trouble every single time. When you're waiting for them to finish and you just go ahead and you're just ripping shit, usually you get yourself in these conundrums where you don't show up as the best version of yourself, or you're turning into the person you said you didn't want to be. So being more intentional about your response is really, really, really it's really important. Practicing discipline and like, okay, I know in these particular circumstances or when these words are shared, this usually triggers me. So let me shut up in this moment. I'm just going to be present and listen, but I am not in a space to productively respond. I know this is not going to go well. And as much as I want to get you together, as much as I want to cuss you out, as much as I want to tell you about yourself, am I going to regret that later or have something to apologize about later that I really knew I shouldn't have done? And that it's less about them and more about the person I want to be and who I want to show up as. And I don't want to give them something I don't deserve. I don't deserve to be angry and resentful after the fact because I didn't dump my clip on your ass. And then I'm kind of circling back because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. We ain't got to do that. We don't have to put ourselves in consistent predicaments to be ashamed, to be embarrassed at our behavior, to be, again, morally challenged and create moral injuries for ourselves because we keep making emotionally impulsive decisions when we can make more thoughtful decisions and not give in to that ego part of ourselves. Was like, you can't let them get away with doing this shit. Well, I mean, they've been getting away with doing it. That doesn't change our value. That doesn't change who we are as people. That doesn't change how we should be treated. We keep giving in and giving power to something we shouldn't. And that's also a part of the shame and guilt. So it is about having boundaries. Excuse yourself, get yourself together. Do not go back and forth with people who don't have the capacity to show up and be respectful or responsible with their access to you. I know that was a mouthful, but like, if they cannot be respectful or harness the accountability it requires to have access to you, then you can change that. That is the most powerful thing you have to change, is access. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to engage with you. I don't have to give you space, time, and energy of mine. That too is a privilege. So even if we're considering our interactions, our time, our energy, our effort as a privilege, we can handle it that way. But sometimes, again, it's gotten the best of me where I'm like, you got me so fucked up. And I need to let you know you have me fucked up. And I need to let you know that, like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, because I'm kind, I'm thoughtful, I give, I do all the things, and you still find a way to manipulate, say hurtful things, do hurtful things. Why do you do that? And a lot of it is us trying to get them to value us in ways that they just fucking don't. They just don't. They just don't. And unfortunately, it hurts. It does hurt. And when we can embrace that it hurts, when we can embrace that it hurts and we let it hurt and we do the tears and we do the crying and we embrace the feelings, we stop giving power to people, places, and things that don't deserve access to us in the first place. That's a hard thing to do when we would love for this person to just get it and just show up and just all the things. But they're not. They're not showing up and they're not doing the things. And the disappointment continues and the rage continues and the frustration continues. And it will continue. It just will. Because people have to, we got to let people stand on the consequences of their choices. And we have to let people stand on the consequences of how they've chosen to show up. But because we don't let them stand on that and we're trying to convince them and they don't have to. They don't have to. And then we're upset then at ourselves and not forgiving us for giving access to them. Let's stop the pattern altogether. Cry in the car, cry in your room, snot coming out, crying. Do whatever you need to do to hold tight on your fucking boundary, because that is very difficult to do. Very difficult. Hold tight. Sleep on it. Don't send a text. Don't have the argument. Don't go in there and initiate. Just don't, because you know what the outcome is going to be. And even though you know it and you didn't have the conversation before you even get started, you do the shit anyway, because you are hopeful somewhere in here that it's going to be different. And it is not. It is not going to be different. People show you better than they can tell you any and every day of the week. Any and every fucking day. They show you better and they are consistent. They are consistent. And so are we. So in order to break that up, you have to do the uncomfortable thing. That's just part of change and healing and all the discomfort and the anxious. Oh, it just is like burning on the inside. If you're alive, it's a separate place. I need to do that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am definitely going to try to do that. All right, y'all. I have supervision with my resident. I wanted to come on here for a good time, not a long time. I appreciate y'all so much. I will be back next week for a live. Please go and register for all of the events. I can't wait to see you, and I'll check you for my live next time. Bye.